Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Why can't you hear me? You should hear me.
Okay, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. You sound great.
I think there's a chance that I'm on the AirPods. I think, talk to me a little more.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me in your ears?
Yeah, I can't. No, I hear you.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me now? No.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so Kacey,
got it.
oh my gosh, thank you, my friend. So let me think this through. What happens is, I don't have to explain it, but I now know where to go to adjust the audio settings, and it's on Zoom. So
it's on Zoom, really?
Yeah, so let's see. If I click that, okay, yeah, I'll just be clear. On Zoom, down at the very bottom left, it has a microphone, and it has a little arrow beside it.
Ooh.
I click that, it says audio settings, and I can go to them, and even now I can adjust it either way, okay?
Oh, look at you.
So how does that sound? Again, sound is better, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I found it too.
Okay.
Output volume.
Yeah, so
volume.
There we go. There we go. Hi, Kacey.
Hi, what a day we're having.
Kacey, if you want to know the truth, and you can, Grace, you can take it from here if you want. You can, you know what? We can let that whole extra segment be a show.
Right, exactly.
On learning new skills.
Right.
And the patience required of it. What was I going to say? I interrupted myself so many times about it, Kacey. This technology is going to be better. I actually have a new camera on here that's a really good one. I don't know if you can tell the difference in the quality or not.
Yeah, the colors are brighter. Yeah,
yes,
great.
Sharper, all of that. So I have been doing my homework. Right. But I tell you, figuring these things out and remembering them,
right?
I don't know. It's a challenge. Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, and your home looks so lovely and fresh. You've put Christmas down since we last were together.
Yes, Christmas is down, and the walls are mostly all painted, and everything is going to be white and bright. Yeah.
Is that what also is going on? Is painting?
Yeah, so we started, in March. Oh, and the only thing that's left to do is like the trim and the bedroom. But right now the bedroom has, I'm going to say 7 different colors of white because we tested them all in the bedroom. Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. Great. Yeah. So you all are doing the painting yourselves.
My husband
you all are doing your own
himself. He's a carpenter, tradesman. And it's really wonderful because he can do anything. He can fix plumbing, he can fix electrical, he can build you anything you want. But the problem is you have to wait for him to get around to do it. That's the problem.
Which, by the way, I know we're going to talk some about a change again. And on my list, patience isn't on that list. But boy, let's add that in. Whether we're waiting for somebody else to do it, which is often a topic people are talking about. Entanglements, Kacey, come readily when we're waiting for someone else if we're not super careful, and sometimes we can tease that one apart a little bit more.
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt. I'm sorry. Hold on. We might have to start over.
All right. Well, while she's gone, I'm going to keep talking. So what happens with patience and how the entanglement comes is that we start having that external focus and we start losing our internal focus. And the external is watching if that other person's doing what they're supposed to be doing, or what we've asked them to do, or if we see signs of it. And the more that we pursue that external focus, our impatience starts slipping away from us at those points. And all of a sudden we're into that, or we want to be careful that we're not into that reactive mode that is upset with that other person. So we want to remember that we've requested. We want to remember we've done all we can do. We want to remember that we actually did hand it over to them. And we want to find our breath, and we want to recenter and bring that focus back to ourselves. We may check in with them a little bit, but we also want to calm ourselves. As I wanted to do, as I was trying to figure out how to do the AirPods here today. And over, it's easy to slip into that reactive mode that either has me upset with myself, or that has me upset with technology, or just upset with the world. And over, I want to calm myself and come back. So Kacey, I use the interim to just talk about patience.
Good, because my chickens were in a reactive mode, and I heard them all screaming, and I had to go make sure they're okay.
Yes.
They're fine. They're just, somebody must be laying an egg, and they're excited. Who was it? Was it Maya Angelou or Irma Bombeck or someone that said you can tell a lot about a person about how their reaction to like tangled Christmas lights, right? It was Maya Angelou. Either one, it doesn't matter, but it's true.
Yeah, I don't know, right?
And that's why I've learned, especially with my background in radio, sometimes stuff doesn't work. And
I bet.
And if you have to figure out how to make it work, you're never going to get there if you're freaking out. So I go to that super calm place. Like,
yes.
Oh, I'll just be a Jedi of calm, you know? So
good.
I don't, when either of us are having technology issues, I'm fine. I'm fine. I had a lot of practice being patient in that realm.
Exactly. So I am fine that here we are in our new year, and we are talking more about change. Our viewers have been asking when the next show is, so they've had to be patient too.
They had to be patient too, because I couldn't make last week. I am sorry okay. for the delay, but yeah, I needed to be in bed last Monday.
Yes.
And here. So yeah.
How are you doing today? You look great and sound great.
Thank you. I'm okay. I think I honestly think the pandemic is wearing on me. You know, I really feel like, especially because I had to be on the air every day for all of those 8 months, you know, where everyone else went home and retreated, I went forward.
Right.
Longer, harder, stronger, faster. 6 days a week instead of 5, no time off, etc. And I'm not being a martyr. I'm just saying, walking out of work today thinking, you know, physically, spiritually, emotionally, this pandemic is kicking my butt right now. It's
Kacey, I hear you. And if it's okay with you, let's just keep with patience today. You know, we didn't get to talk at the beginning. I think the show should be about 30 or 35 minutes. Gosh knows how many minutes we've been running already. I think now we're super challenged with the pandemic as to how to dig deeper and find that patience with it all yet again, because I have my own ways that I feel brittle also. I really personally understand what you're talking about. And for me, it's a feeling of just things aren't right. Well, you know, we talk so honestly on the show. It was interesting. I woke up thinking about the word imprisoned. And I don't want to be super dramatic, because that can be even in a more powerful way. It's not like I'm super confined to a small space, but it did dawn on me the ways that we are not free to move in the ways we have to think through every single thing. And it's very wearing. It's very wearing.
And I am so tired of saying, hang on, hope is coming. Hang on, there's a glimmer of light. Hang on, like I'm turning around and saying to myself, I can't hang on. much longer.
Okay.
The pain of the amount of loss nationwide and
Casey.
globally is 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 debilitating.
And Reb, I'm going to just sit with that for a second. It is debilitating.
Yeah.
And part of that is yes, and the exhale, and to deeply honor the truth of that, the reality of that.
Yeah, and just doing that helps me shift, because making believe, even if it's just for a brief time, that everything is okay, starts to feel crazy to me.
Right. Yes. Yeah. No, well, we're really moving, we're in what we're talking about right now comes really into the mindfulness practices, where we acknowledge what we're feeling, and just the acknowledgement and the allowing of it, the recognizing and the allowing of it. Gosh, Kacey, I mean, I think I'll pull in a piece. I've been doing a morning mindfulness session for a region of our state health department on Thursday mornings, virtually. And I've been helping to teach and remind us the acronym STOP. I don't think I've talked about it on this show. S, stop. T, take a breath. O, observe what we're feeling and experiencing, which is exactly what we are taking time here to be doing right now. And then P is for proceed on to the next activity or the next thing. But I think however many times in a day we need to stop, take a breath, and like you're highlighting, then, I feel this way, it's brittle, I'm brittle, whatever. It is interesting how just owning it and acknowledging it really helps to, as we would say, be with it.
Yeah.
And that increases our patience. That just quiets the hot water heater. It finds that what did you say of calm? What's the message you give yourself? You've used a cute metaphor there about calming yourself.
I used it now.
Just a few minutes ago. Yeah. You want to be, it's not the epitome of calm. It was some great word you linked.
I said a Jedi.
There it is.
Yeah.
A Jedi of calm. And you know what, Kacey, we do? We have to do that over and over and over. I mean, it truly is, we're just regulating ourselves often.
Yeah.
To be in the present moment, and in a positive way, I will say, to not miss the occasional moment of a piece of food that tastes good, or the chickens that make you chuckle, or maybe, do you get colored eggs out? What color are your eggs?
They're beautiful brown eggs, and the colors, the white is so white, the yolk is so orange or yellow. It's heaven. It's heaven. It took me a really long time to eat the chicken eggs, because it's like, these are my pets. I can't eat their eggs. Like, if they birthed a pork chop, I wouldn't eat that either.
You might be able to make some money if they birthed a pork chop.
Right,
but anyway.
But yeah, so the chickens are good, and you're right too. And the chickens have been my emotional crutch to get through this time. And I think when we get past, by the time people hear this, probably it will be past inauguration time. I'm fearful again for what could happen. I'm just, there's been so much drama and trauma. And anyway.
Kacey, no, we are fearful. I mean, and so again, we stop, take a breath, and acknowledge, whatever that feeling is that I am having.
Right.
I want to give one more example, though, to the audience, and I don't care. I think we may need to let go of what the agenda was. How many minutes does the thing say we've been running anyway?
Oh, I don't know. You're going to make me look. I don't even know where to find that.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I wouldn't
I'm
either.
afraid to click anything for fear that I'll shut us off.
Yeah, don't. So Kacey, the other thing I was going to remind people of when I say come into the present moment, whether it's taste food or admire the pets and the people we love and the pets we love around us, also just behind you, the light, the daylight is reflecting off your table in a beautiful way. And the sunlight itself, or the clouds themselves, or we had little snow flurries this morning, all of that is present, even though the world in which we're living, both internally and externally, internally is the pandemic worries and whatever, externally are the politics and the risks we all are experiencing. Within all of that, the sun is shining, the chickens are laying eggs, and there is some food on our plate to taste and some animal or friend to see, either virtually or in real time. So I just want to remind us of those things that help us to quiet and be patient as we wake up and the day seems like the same as the others.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think it's an art. I think patience can be an art, right? It's not something you can snap your fingers and have. It's something that you have to work at and be with.
Right.
Not always comfortable.
Yes. Yeah. No, John Kabat-Zinn, and I know you and I were talking that you've interviewed him a couple of times. In his Full Catastrophe Living book, which was an original of his for his mindfulness stress-based relaxation program, he has 10, no, it's not 10. I think it's 7 or 8 attitudinal foundations of mindfulness, attitudinal foundations, and patience is on his list there.
All right. So this has been a show about patience. If you're trying to make a change, we need patience. Wow. It's not ever something that we work on, though. You know what I mean? We either have it or we don't.
Right. Yeah, no, and it's interesting. I think in my book and my writings, I pick up on this patience theme in a different category. I have a series of essays about how disentangling works. And one of the essays says it's a process that takes time. That's the way that I put it in, Kacey. Let me see. It's sort of in a summary if there's anything in that that I want to quickly share with folks. Sort of the touchstone back. Recently, I was in America's, air quote, largest gift shop on the East Coast, on an East Coast beach. On the shelf were attractive sand sculptures. One of them was a wizard in a flowing purple robe, holding a glowing emerald green crystal ball. I was charmed and thought of putting it in my office as a friendly, ironic comment on the process of changing ourselves. We'd like to think we can change ourselves in an instant. We want and sometimes even need a quick cure. Just the week before, I had felt the need to qualify to a new client the limits of my services. She seemed to have some impression of my being able to do great things to transform her life. I had to explain to her that I was not in any form a wizard working magic. And it goes on and on. These changes we're seeking cannot be had quickly. There is no wizard. There is no wizard in my office shelf either. I decided against it, though he was truly lovely and inviting, as is the desire for a quick, miraculous cure. The main thing is that changes can be had. We can transform our lives. We can make these deep changes. We just need to be patient and realistic with ourselves as we travel on this journey, noticing the smaller successes along the way. They will be there, though they may not be the larger successes you think you want. Make sure to honor them as they occur. They are stepping stones in your journey. If you don't see them and honor them, you may lose your way. If you do see and honor them, they will help you with the next step.
Beautiful. You're one heck of a writer, Nancy L. Johnston.
We're one heck of a team. We didn't know we were going to go this way.
We didn't know we were going to have a show on patience, but I think it's probably what somebody needs, namely me and maybe somebody else. So thank you.
Kacey, anyone out there working with technology probably needs patience, which is where we started.
Yes.
You're welcome. And next week we can pick back up with that list. How about that?
I think we can.
Okay, Kacey.
Thank
See ya.
you.
Great to be
Bye.
with you. Bye.